ITRACT started with the idea that in areas with demographic change, we see that there is a decline in population. And a decline in population means that at some point transport declines. And we thought if we can use information, smartphones, new technology, then we can actually develop new transport concepts that make it that we have good transportation even in areas where there's demographic change.
The services we develop makes the traveling more easy. Many people think it's rather complicated to take the bus and change the bus and find their way to the bus stop and such things. And those new IT services, they make it much more easy for the customers to travel by public transports and maybe not choosing to take their car.
We found partners from several countries, from Norway, Sweden, Germany, England and the Netherlands, of course. And in all these areas we have regions where there is very little population. And from those 5 countries we work together on developing services and actually seeing what are the differences between regions. And if something works in one region, does it also work in another region?
Well, the problems in public transport are the same in every country. So it doesn't matter if you live in the Netherlands or in Germany or in Sweden. And so a main goal of ITRACT is to develop different solutions for the problems and then to exchange them between the partners in ITRACT. And we decided that every app that is developed in the scope of ITRACT should be open source. So they are free to use for everyone who wants it. And then every partner in ITRACT can pick just the application that is most suitable for them.
Last year in July, the Tour de France Grand Départ visited the Yorkshire Dales, which was a fantastic opportunity for the region, and many visitors came. We used our real-time screens to provide additional information for people visiting the Tour de France about which bus services were going to run and which ones could not run because the roads were closed for the cycle race, and also provided information about how people could get to main locations where they could view the race or where they could see one of the big screens that were set up in a park or something like that. So it was a great opportunity for ITRACT.
Hi, I'm Sophie and I work at Värmlandstrafik in Sweden. As you can see here in Värmland, there's not a lot of people living here, but there's certainly lots of trees. At Värmlandstrafik we help develop applications for the ITRACT project. These applications make public transport easier and with fewer complications. For example, our Book on Demand app makes people able to order a bus with just a few clicks. By using the Värmlandstrafik app, I can easily book my on-demand bus trip for going to work or have lunch with my friends. And the most important outcome of this project is that all the data we gathered is available for the public to use. So they can develop their own applications based on our database. Pretty great, right? Discover how ITRACT can help your local bus or train company improving their transport and accessibility.
The info architecture is always very important when you talk about this kind of system. People think that what they have on their own phone is a single item, but they tend to forget that there is a huge architecture behind it. There is a huge database. There is a lot of data collection from buses, about the schedules, from what's going on, from where people are in the moment. So there's a lot of communication that needs to be sorted out and need to be optimized and need to be done very fast in order to provide an answer from people's phone or computer as fast as they would like.
When we were working on this project for about 2 years, we got the opportunity to extend the project and to look at a new concept, and that is that we are not only looking at the transportation of people, but that we are also looking at the transportation of goods. And we are looking at this specifically for the health care industry, where you see that people need to be transported, but also, say for instance, sacks of blood or medicine or other medical equipment. And we are looking now at, can we actually combine the transportation of goods and of people to get better, smarter business models and make it also economically more interesting to create new solutions for transportation.
Hallo Hugo. Ah, verdammt, scheiße. Ja, ich komme. Alles klar.
What we hope is that one major outcome could be we were getting in touch with the local companies, with the transport companies, and I think they're now aware of the possibilities they could have using GTFS, for example. So at the beginning of the project, the bus companies were not so happy to use GTFS because they connected this to Google and had some problems with this. But I think after the project now they think, okay, that's open data standards, that could be a way to present data to everyone, and we hope that this is one major outcome.
Of course, there already exist online schedules and planners, but what we built is something much more personalized and supportive. So for instance, if you're traveling and there are delays or traffic jams, our system allows you to get updated real-time information and an updated travel plan. What we also included is that you can now travel across borders, across regions, that it includes information about both buses and trains, so governed by different authorities. And we can also include both public and private transportation. And finally, we support the transportation of both people and goods. Now, what people will do with this in the future is hard to predict. When you ask people in the old days, when there were only horses, what do you really want? They would say, faster horses. And we came up with the car, which is something completely different. So it is hard to predict what will come in the future.